We are in Northeast St. Petersburg, where a candidate who's running for the United States Senate is going to have a reception behind us here, and some wonderful people you're going to get to meet during the course of this evening. Let's go. Betsy, you have a wonderful party here tonight. Introduce me to your wonderful new friend.
Yes, well, this is MARIELENA Stewart, and as you know, she is a candidate for U.S. Senate from here in the state of Florida. And we are delighted that she has made the trip up from Naples to be with us today for this fundraising event at our home.
Okay, let me just launch into it. Why are you running?
I'm running for the United States Senate because our country is at a point that citizen politicians, citizen candidates need to step forward and serve their nation. Okay, and America is under attack by collectivism from all sides. So we have reached a point where we are effectively a socialist nation. Now, I have a point of departure in my candidacy, which is my background growing up under communism. So I know full well how communism works, and I have to tell you, John, that socialism is phase one of communism. So I am basically coming into this race with authoritative experience, having lived through communism, having experienced socialism in Europe, and to put all of my background, my experiences to work for the American people and for Floridians at a perilous point in our nation when candidates like me need to step forward as citizen candidates to defend America. I am really taking my campaign to small towns, to every city, to every corner of this state to meet Floridians and win every soul one at a time, to get my message of conservatism, founding values, respect for the Constitution of the United States, and also a message against socialism and communism, because the size of our government at this point has made it effectively a socialist country.
I'm Shelley Hernandez Miller, and I am the president of the Hispanic Republican Club of Pinellas County.
The Hispanic vote, very important in Florida.
Very, very important. Is necessary. We have to have it.
This candidacy for the U.S. Senate, uphill fight?
Well, I think that a lot of people are thinking that we need new blood. Being Hispanic, being female, I think it's going to help attract a lot of people, at least to get interested in her and read about her and see what she's about and what she stands for. And I think that will help. But I don't think it's going to be uphill. No.
The words socialism, communism, the American people will not buy them. Those words have been replaced by what?
Sustainable development. Sustainable development is the program under the United Nations Agenda for the 21st Century, also known as Agenda 21. Basically, the United Nations created a program to implement socialism across the world. And it decided that the way to do it was through the environmental movement. That is why the environmental movement was a movement that I always would indicate to my friends as being dangerous, in that it was being used as the pretext for the establishment of socialist programs. The idea of sustainable development is that you, as a human being, are considered an enemy of the environment. Therefore, you must be contained and your activities must be sustainable. So when the United Nations Socialist Program, which is, remember, socialism is phase one of communism, when they try to implement this program, they're not going to tell you that it's socialism. If they would tell you that, you would run in the opposite direction. So they have to make it something that you would want to embrace. You would think, well, it's good to be a good steward of the environment, to be responsible. So this is how they have been able to implement programs at every level, because sustainable development, which is socialism, is being implemented at a local level, county level, state, all the way up to Washington, D.C.
Desmond's last name is Ballard. You are a patriot.
Absolutely.
You love your country.
Yes.
and you were watching something on television about Agenda 21, and what did it do? Send some chills up your spine?
Very frightening, eye-opening and alarming. It's something that we all have to be aware of and fight against.
Your hope for this November, that the American people will do what?
Vote Obama out.
And some conservatives in.
Conservatives in, absolutely. The liberal agenda, I don't know how anybody, after looking at 4 years of it, can logically or reasonably think that we need any more of it.
I got everybody in. Ron, just a little bit further. There we go. All right. Oh, y'all look great in the jungle.
My objective is always to observe and to write and to expose how socialism and how communism is advancing.
You have indicated that we are in a particular type of warfare right now.
Yes, we are right now facing what is called an asymmetric warfare with China. Asymmetric war is a war being fought in unconventional ways. In other words, you cannot see the enemy coming, but the enemy is already there. One example is cyber warfare, which if you notice in the news, every few weeks we hear about another cyber attack, and they are able to pinpoint that they're coming out of China. Some of them seem to be coming out of Russia. So this is how an asymmetric war takes place. It's not a conventional war.
And they are poised at this very moment, at the most opportune moment, when they believe that they could strike a death blow to us. They are prepared to do it.
They're prepared to do it, and you also have to consider that America is in such a state of debt. Our debt equals our economy. That is a tragedy.
With this, I'm going to let you go. There are more people who would like to talk to you. I say thank you. I wish you every good success in your campaign.
Thank you very much. It's really been a privilege to talk to you.